when you left Helloween, there was a big rumor that you were one of the thoughts of being the new lead singer of Iron Maiden when Bruce Dickinson left. Because it was about the same time you left Helloween, Bruce left Iron Maiden. Obviously, there's similar vocal styles. Is there anything to that rumor at all?
Yeah, I turned it down. I thought Iron Maiden is not good enough for me. No, it was funny. That question comes up since then. Like almost every time when I'm doing interviews for anything, that question comes up. And the funny thing is, I was actually hearing that information that I'm the new singer of Iron Maiden on TV in those days. I was watching a metal show. It was a cute girl was hosting a heavy metal show over here. And she was saying, "Whoa, everybody knows now. Michael Kiske is the new singer of Iron Maiden." Oh, that's interesting. They haven't called me yet. I don't know where that came from. Maybe it came from the fact that I didn't have a band in those years, that I was just free, sort of. And then people were speculating. The only thing that I always tell people who ask that question is that I was doing an interview with a French guy in the mid 90s or later 90s. And he said that he had an interview with Steve Harris like a couple of weeks before, and that Steve Harris said something like that that I was among the three that he could imagine, or something like that, which I don't know if that's true. You got to ask him. I haven't seen Steve Harris for ages. I saw him the last time at the wedding of Rod Smallwood, which is ages ago. I still had hair when that was.
Well, because then you also worked with Adrian Smith on your first solo record, so there was that connection too.
Yeah, that was because he didn't have anything to do. I didn't have anything to do, and Rod Smallwood was made. It was great. I was actually in my apartment with Adrian Smith listening to that new Iron Maiden record without Bruce.
Oh, X Factor.
And we both didn't know what to think. It was weird. It was really weird. I mean, I grew up with Iron Maiden. You know, I was 14 when Number of the Beast was the main record, and Screaming for Vengeance from Judas Priest was their main record. So I started with all this at a very good time. You know, it was pretty amazing. And to me, Iron Maiden without Bruce Dickinson doesn't make any sense. And nothing against the guy. I don't know the guy. But it's a very unthankful job, you know, to try to fit into those shoes of Bruce Dickinson, which is, I would never do that. You can survive it, but he also wasn't the quality of singer to replace Dickinson. You know, he couldn't sing all those tunes. And I had again, nothing against the guy. I don't know the guy. Maybe he's just sweetest person or whatever. I don't know. I'm just talking as an Iron Maiden fan. Okay. But it's like, it was so weird to me to listen to that album. It almost sounded like he was out of tune on the album even.
Yeah, you're right.
Like flat, like not being able to hit the tones and stuff.
You're right. You're totally, and he is a great guy, but it was a strange choice because it was a different vocal range completely.
I understand that he said yes. You know, it could have worked. Maybe, you know, who would in a situation that he was in, probably, you know, not having a big band or anything like that, who would turn it down? You know, you know, Brian Johnson could have said no, you know, but he didn't.
Yeah. Right. Or Sammy could have said no, but he didn't.
Exactly.